Cool. Hi everyone. I'm Vincent. I kind of run this merry band of fun with this guy. I've been a part of Oklahoma since before it was Oklahoma. Started off literally just fly on the wall, and now I get to hang out with all you guys and talk too much. So without further ado, mine's pretty easy. I'm going to go to our website. I asked the speakers to give us a list of their. I don't know if I can click. There we go. The list of their tools. And go to okcweb.dev. I posted links to all of them right there. We plan on doing a lot more with this site next year. Let us know if you guys want to collab and we can do stuff here with other groups. But for right now, these are our tools. I'm a glutton for punishment, so I'm not going to do one tool. I'm going to try to get through like 4. So let's go ahead and get started on the first one. The first one is SVG OMG. This tool was shown to me by a coworker 5 years ago. It's an independent developer created it. They've been hosting it since then, and I hope it stays hosted because I use this like 10 times a day and I love it. We'll go into the examples of what SVG is and how it differs between other image formats, but if you don't know, you should. It is the future of images and the web and should be used more often. But one of the features that it has that this tool improves upon is size and compression. So SVGs are very small, they're actual code, and so a lot of people will create SVGs in image programs like Illustrator and the like. Well, unfortunately, those still focus on the visual and not on the code underlying, so they can be big. For example, everything that you saw here on OKC WebDevs, these are all SVGs. And so these are really small that are down here, but this one's really big. SVG OMG is pretty cool. You can either paste the code in directly, so either right here in the paste markup, or you could do it inside the open SVG. I don't think I have time to be able to paste one in there, but what it will do is that it will instantly compress that code and then you can download it. It will show you exactly what it looks like when it's compressed. The cool thing about that is that if you have an image that's like 2 megs, I've seen it compress it all the way down to like 100 kilobytes. And you ask, well, how can it do that? Well, what it does is image programs, when you create your paths or reuse those styles, they actually don't reuse them. So just like in code, we can have a function that we can use several times, but image programs don't do that. They'll copy that style, they'll copy those paths. Especially with the image logo that even I created for WebDevs, I created those as multiple different paths, but they could be the same one, but just with different images or different colors and styles in the background. So it does all that, and you can toggle things on and off and see what the compression ratio is. Sounds like it's not that important, but if you do that on an entire site from the get-go, with the way mobile computing is, bandwidth is a very finite resource that's very expensive, and it's hard to access that in some places in the world, not just in the United States. So thinking about those things and optimizing the images first, especially for mobile development, I guarantee you your users will love it. So that's the first tool. The second tool is, sorry Layla, I'm not gonna close these tabs, I don't have time, so I'm just gonna go through them real fast. The next one is, if you've ever told yourself this could have been a email and not a meeting, this tool has pretty much saved me thousands of hours, and as a contractor I can tell you that's money, and so screen to GIF is great. You download it, it is only for Windows, sorry Mac and Linux users, but I can't tell you how many times people are like, I can't see it doing this. So what this does is you can either record your whole screen or you can lasso it like I do, show a feature in action. And the best part is it is screen to GIF, so it saves it as a GIF, and then I can post that in an email or I can Slack channel and be like, look, this is what it does. And they go, cool, I can see that now, instead of having a lengthy hour-long conversation and setting that whole thing up. So I use this one so much. Second useful feature for this one is if you do Jira tickets, GitHub issues, whatever your ticket management system is, I do this in addition to, not to replace, steps for reproduction. So a lot of my testers love this because they're like, I need to know exactly what it's doing. And I'm like, well, I'm terrible at English, so I will do my best and then I'll throw an image on there. So that's one thing it's really great at. But I'm not saying to remove your text and replace it with an image. The next one is, I have terrible color sense. My partner is an artist by trade, and she actually found this one out because I'm like, blue is blue, and she's like, no, it's not. So this one is flat UI colors. I use this one a lot, and people are like, I love these colors, and I'm like, great, I did that using this tool. But it has every color palette you'll ever need, all the blues, all the grays, and when you click inside one of them, you can actually see what they look like. if you don't know, a lot of designers know this, but for everyone else who doesn't use this, I did not know. This contrast for this image on this TV is going to be different from your screen. So take that into consideration. So whenever you click one of these, it will copy and it'll give you the actual hex code, so you can put that directly in there. If you think it looks different on your site, that's probably because of your contrast. Oh man, I'm going to keep going. How fast can I go? Okay. The last one is for, I actually recently learned about this year. I used it a lot in my previous contract, but this is for accessibility. It's a color contrast analyzer by TPGI. They have a lot of tools, but one for Windows, one for Mac. This is a really great tool for telling contrast. So for our people with disabilities when it relates to color and for reading in general, this is a simple download it, use a color dropper, select the background and a foreground, and it'll tell you, yes, it's accessible. No, it's not. What level of accessibility? What can you use it for? Like it's great for headers, but it's the color contrast ratio is terrible for articles. This is very important. If all the tools I talk about, definitely read into this one in accessibility, primarily because a lot of people, designers and developers, will always use this for banners and text. So that's it. Okay, I got 4.